Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm out in the garage and changing the oil in my lawnmower, getting it serviced. Tomorrow's the day we're gonna get the grass cut. It really needs it, and I've been looking at my neighbor cut his grass, the gentleman behind me cut his, and it looks fantastic. So that's coming up. I have a update video from yesterday that I've got out here. You can see the computer's there loading the video. It's about 41% complete. I had another video uploading from the show I went to. I haven't released that one yet because I need to make a splash screen for it and put some comments in. And it took late last night. It ran till after I went to bed, so I didn't get this one uploaded. But this one's going to upload tonight, and then the video that I'm doing now, I'll get uploaded for you guys. Depending on how interesting it is. I mean, right now I'm changing the oil. Then I'm going to hit the shop and see what I can come up with. I got some organizing to do on some of the stuff. If I get to that and it turns out really good, I'll upload this one too. Otherwise, I'm not going to upload just changing the oil in the mower. What else? That's about all I can think of right now. I'm going to finish this job up, have it ready to go, get her gassed up, and then we'll get in the shop and see what kind of trouble we can get into. All right, guys, I got that lawnmower buttoned up, and I made it out into the shop, and everything that I got at the gathering, I've got laid out here, and I'd like to go through and show you just what I picked up. And there's going to be some exciting projects coming out of this, so be looking forward to that. But let me show you what I got. First off, I've got my name badge, and of course I had to write my name on there because I was a late arrival. I have a huge stack of business cards, tons of contacts. I've got people that have specific things that I'm really interested in, and I now have their information. That was my wristband to get me into the show. I got tons and tons of stickers for my sticker wall. Look at all those stickers. This one right here is a fun one. This is a 11-year-old girl. And I'm sorry, I take that back. She's 13 years old. Fat Cat Pins by Abby Lenore. She was cute as a button, and she was running around there. She turned a bunch of pins. She was doing trades with people. Really had a great time with her. I'm going to start off right here. Andrew Kennedy gave me this. This is cross-cut teak from the USS Missouri. So I'm really, really excited about turning this. I don't have a C of A with it, but still, it's pretty, pretty incredible wood. Let's take a look here. Kenneth Wines gave me this. I don't know how to describe this. You might remember the game Cubit or something like that. They look like 3D blocks when you put them together, but this is a blank that needs to be assembled. This is going to take some time, and that's going to be a fun one. Travis Wakefield is the name of the gentleman who gave me this set of blanks. This was a collaboration between Travis and Divine Island Designs. Travis makes these card blanks, and Divine Island makes these incredible pigmented blanks. And this is for a junior gent, or I'm sorry, a junior Joshua, and I have a couple of those kits, so I didn't need to buy one, but this is the tube for this blank, so I just need to drill it out, put the tube in there, and I'm ready to turn. As we move over, I got these from Brian Blom. He was there, and I bought a couple of these. I thought I had a fourth one, but I can't seem to find it. T-Shadow & Company, I bought one of his magical skews. I'm anxious to give this a try. It has a 6-sided cutter on it, and I talked a little bit about these in the other video. You'll be able to see a little more about it, but I'm going to give that a try, and you'll see a video on how that works. Chad Schimmel gave me a pack of Zona paper. There are 6 different pads in there, and this, it kind of looks like sandpaper, kind of like maybe a micro mesh, but it's not. This is actually polishing cloth. It's non-abrasive, and it puts an incredible shine. A lot of guys were using it this weekend, and it is absolutely incredible. These blanks came from the Classic Nib. I purchased them, and I'm really excited about turning them. Also, from the Classic Nib, I bought 3 Elegant Monarchs, and I love these Elegant Monarchs, and the reason why I bought them is I bought 3 of the Vietnam tribute blanks from Jason Rose, and down there you can see those are the certificates of authenticity. You've seen me turn these before, but I have 3 brother-in-laws who are Vietnam vets, and I want to turn a pin for each of them, as a gift. I apologize for that, but I wanted to make sure I gave his name. It is Tim McKenzie, and take a look at that blank. Is that cool? There's actually diamond dust in there. This one is tough to see. I saw a pin turned in this gray or the silver, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's tough to see until you turn it and polish it. And these are a couple of his 1/2-inch blanks. Now, I bought this one, and I'm trying to remember. As a matter of fact, I bought this one, and he gave me the gray one, And he also gave me these two. Look at that. Isn't that cool? These are some of his half-inch ones. And what these are designed for is the guys who are turning the bespoke pins. Half-inch is a good starting size for your section. So he's been making these smaller ones so you can turn your section. You don't have to turn away as much material, and then you can focus on the cap and the body out of one of the thicker ones. Now, like a genius, I have none of them that match, which is pretty common for me, but that's okay. It'll still be a great opportunity to learn and to turn and to practice. Up here, I bought, this came from Michael Harden, and this is a Notre Dame stadium blank. He's stadiumblanks.com, and check this out. I got a certificate of authenticity. This is for my nephew. My nephew is a Notre Dame freak. He loves the team. He's crazy about them. And I bought this to turn a pin as a gift for him. This is really neat. This is called a Shakespeare kit. It's from the United Kingdom. I bought a set of bushings as well. I got this from Chad Schimmel. This is a rollerball kit, and it's absolutely beautiful. Just take a look at the finish on that pin. It's kind of a brushed finish, but it's absolutely beautiful. These pins are incredible when they're finished. And last but not least, from Woodshed Creations, I bought 75 blanks. Take a look at that. 75 of them. So this right here is going to be some great opportunity for practice. And not only that, but I'll get a ton of pins out of those. And I got a heck of a deal on these. He had them at the sale. He was just clearing out all of his stock. And I mean, I got a great deal on these, and I'm excited about it. And you're going to see some cool stuff coming out of there. So let me back up a little bit and give you an overview of the table. That's everything. I am so happy that I went to the gathering. I said it before, and I'll say it again. If you are a pin turner, you have got to go to one of these gatherings. Boy, those lights really are reflecting bad. You have got to go to one of these gatherings. This was the Southeast Pin Gathering. It meets every year, usually at the end of March. Southeast Pin Gathering. Look them up on Facebook and check it out. It's in Augusta, Georgia. And the other one comes around in October. That is called the Mid-Ohio Valley Pin Turners Gathering. Look that one up on Facebook. I'm going to that one. Unless something gets upside down at work, I will be at the Mid-Ohio Valley Pin Turners Gathering. And if you're anywhere in the area, it's up around Belpre, Ohio is where it's at. Right around Parkersburg, West Virginia. That's a nice large city. A lot of people kind of know about Parkersburg, but it's right there. And I would love to shake your hand, say hello, and meet you guys. And a lot of these same vendors will be there. There'll be a couple of different vendors. I'm telling you, it's an absolutely insane. The vendors that are there basically specialize in pins and pin turning. You've got people that are casting. You've got all kinds of casting supplies. You've got all kinds of pigments. You've got blanks, you've got kits. And the cool thing is they're doing this year, just like they did at the Southeast Pin Gathering, they're going to have a playroom. The playrooms are tough. What you can do is they have lathes in there, they have bandsaws, they have sanders, they have everything you need to turn pins. So you can actually go out and you can buy a pin kit, you can buy a blank, you can go in the playroom and you can turn it. Now the advantage to that is, you know, there are guys just hanging out in there turning. You're picking up tips. You can teach someone else. You can ask somebody to show you something. We had people turning bottle stoppers. This event was just insane, and I am so thankful that it worked out the way it did, and I was able to go. And special thanks and special shout out to my wife for letting me take the little trip out of the way. We still made it home on Saturday, but, well, actually Sunday morning. We were a little late. The traffic was kind of bad, but I'm so thankful that I got to go. I got to spend the whole day Saturday there, and it was just insane. You would not believe how much fun it is to hang out with that many people who love the same thing you love and want to talk about the same thing you want to talk about and are open and willing to share. And the vendors are incredible. You got to check one of these out. I can't say enough good about it. It's just incredible. What I want to do now, guys, is I got a couple of packages here I need to open, and I want to show you some of the stuff I've recently bought to get my metal lathe up and going. Let me flip around and show that to you. You might remember I gutted it. I took the drive pulley out of here, and I took the back gears out. I've got it all over there on my table saw, and let me show you some of the parts that I've recently got in for this. I bought a set of V-belts. This one goes from the drive motor to the armature in the back of the lathe. And this one goes from the set of pulleys on the armature to the set of pulleys, the main drive pulleys. Now I brought my tailstock over. You'll notice I don't have a handle here, so when I extend this, I don't have a handle to lock it in place. I'm not too concerned about the handle. I can always just use a wrench to lock that. But what I noticed when I got to taking it apart and working on it is the mechanism inside that locks this in place so that you can, crank it up and lock it so you can turn, wasn't there. So I bought the internal mechanism for that. I haven't bought a handle yet. I don't know if I will because they're about 20, 30 bucks, and I can always just use a wrench, which, I've got plenty of those. Now the gears down the side of the lathe, you need spacers. Occasionally, instead of using a double gear, you'll use a single gear and a spacer. There were no spacers with it, and so I went ahead and bought a couple of those. 2 came with the lathe originally, so that's why I purchased 2. On the armature, on the back of the lathe, it was missing 2 spacers. So I went out and I bought a spacer, and this was listed as a 618 Atlas 618 spacer. And let me show you something. This is the arm. This is the arm that goes on. It doesn't fit. So I'm a little disappointed about that because I think the listing, this is for the larger Atlas lathe, and I believe there was a mistake in the listing. But a little while later, I needed 2 of these. A little while later, a double set came up, and I bought a double set. I bought them the same night, and they shipped. So now I've got the wrong sizes. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I'm gonna have to go back and rebuy. I probably will stick these back on eBay and see if I can find someone who needs this particular size. Now, to tell you a little story about these, the one thing that I need for the lathe is all of the gears on the side. You can interchange the gears so that you can adjust the screw speed on that lathe. And I don't have, there's 10 gears. I don't have them. I was going to buy a set. They're $100 used on eBay. Mr. Pete 222, thank you to everybody out there who gave me his name. He goes by Tubal Cain also on YouTube, but you can look him up by Mr. Pete 222, and he is incredible. He did a series on this lathe, and I learned so much from that guy. He's an incredible teacher. But one thing he did is out on Thingiverse, there is a pattern where you can print those 10 gears, okay? Mr. Pete has a 3D printer, and he printed a set of those gears, both solid and the kind that just has the cross hatching in it to save plastic. He tested them. He put them on his lathe. He oiled them to see if the oil would affect them. He literally, he ran the cutter head hard into some aluminum, trying to destroy those gears, and could not destroy them. So his opinion was, these gears are good quality. They're going to work well for you, as well as your standard gears that came with the lathe. And the beauty of it is, if they break or something, you can just print another set. So instead of blowing $100 on used gears, I'm going to buy a 3D printer. I'm just getting in the market for one. I've been doing reading some reviews on PC Magazine, things like that. But I'm going to buy a 3D printer. I'm going to print my own set of gears. If they just get destroyed, I'll just print another one. But the beauty is having the printer, I'll be able to print all kinds of other stuff. And I told you a minute ago about those spacers. I'll tell you a story. On Thingiverse, there's a guy that's designed those darn spacers too. Now, the most I'll ever need for my lathe is 2, and those will probably never go bad, but if I ever lose one or something, I can print it. But I think it's going to be cool to have a 3D printer because it opens up all kinds of options, not only for me, but for my kids. They can do all kinds of stuff with it too. So I'm pretty excited about that. Give me a minute. I'm going to get set up. I got a mail call. I got two items sent to me by viewers that I want to share with you guys. So hang tight. I'll be right back. I've decided to only open one of the boxes tonight because the other box, I can remember the gentleman's first name, but I can't remember his last name, and I do not want to open that without being able to tell you who that was from. So I'm going to do a little research. I'll figure out his last name, and then the next time I do an update video, I'll go ahead and open the other box and show you what's in there. I've got my hand over this box because Steven's address is on here, and I don't want to give that out, but my good friend Steven Brazil sent me, he said, I want to send you some blanks that are very special for you to turn. So I'm excited. I haven't looked at these yet. I took my razor knife and I just cut around the box. So I'm getting ready to open these for the first time, and we're going to look together at the blanks that Steve sent me. Ooh, wow. Check these out. That's Ippy. Oh, wow. That is awesome. What a great piece, too. That's a huge piece. Ippy is some awesome wood. What do we got here? Peroba. Isn't that beautiful? That is gorgeous. A little coconut. I've never turned coconut. I've never turned Peroba either. I'm excited about that. And Yulin. Whoa, that is cool. That looks like that was part of maybe a wine barrel or something. It almost looks like. I wonder what that. I don't. It doesn't really have a smell. That's gorgeous. Look at that. I almost hate to lose that surface there. That's incredible. Stephen, thank you so much. And Steve did send me a note. Let's see what we got here. All right, Bob, I'm sending you some pin blanks with the usual history. The Ipi and Peroba are from 100-year-old barns in Brazil. The Peroba cannot be harvested as it is a protected species. These two woods came from the beams of a barn that was built over 100 years ago in Brazil. The Yulin and coconut woods are from Southeast Asia. If you have turned any type of palm in the past, you already know that it can be problematic to turn. I will turn it fairly close to the final dimensions, then use thin CA to stabilize it before turning it to the final size. The Yulin, also known as Borneo ironwood, is also a protected species. This wood was the decking of a boardwalk in Borneo. The boardwalk was built about 50 years ago. The wood naturally darkens on the exposed top side. This darkening leads to some very attractive turn pins with the darkened parts showing on the finished pieces. I got all of this wood from Carl at www.peroba.co. He is local to me but sells online. All of the wood I'm sending was salvaged and now repurposed. Happy turning, Steve, Brazil. This is awesome. Steve, thank you. Wow, that's pretty cool. That wood's got some incredible provenance to it. What I've got to do now, guys, this will be the end of the video. I've shown you all the stuff. I'm excited. I had such a great couple of weeks. I can't believe these awesome blanks Steve sent me. Going to the show, everything there. My parts coming in for the lathe. I'll be starting on that. I have got so much going on, and I'm so excited about it, and things are starting to get a little better timing-wise. My kids, the school year's coming to an end, so the weekend activities are starting to slow a little bit, especially the travel part of that. Work is getting a lot better. Things are starting to calm down a little bit, so I'll be spending a lot more time in the shop in the upcoming weeks, and for that, I'm really excited. But that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and get all this stuff marked so I can remember where I got it. So that way when I pull it out and use it, I can mention again where it came from because I truly appreciate, when people send me things like this and the items that were given to me from the pin show versus some of the stuff that I bought. I want to just, I like to say thank you when I turn that stuff. So I'm really sorry about this glare. I need to check my camera because it's never done that before. I'll work on that a little bit here tonight as well. But that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Have a great evening and look forward to some cool projects coming up really soon.